Okay, guys, good evening to everyone. I want to do a brief recap on directional bias, like what directional bias looks like. So just listen attentively as I teach. So this is BTC chart, the daily time frame. So I'll be using this to teach this directional bias class. So you all know what the market structure is all about, which is the uptrend, the downtrend, and the consolidation market or ranging market. So on this particular day, market are bullish. You know what bullish is all about? The higher highs and the higher lows. When market is creating higher highs and we are bullish. So directional bias is just like, let me just give a brief illustration. Like, just let me see, on the daily time frame, wherever the market breaks out from, the market is likely to retest on that zone for more highs to enter. That's on the uptrend. Then for the downtrend, whatever market breaks down from, then the market needs to retrace to that particular point of interest for more lows to enter. So right there, let me say that this is the daily time frame. Then this is the high, this is a low, and this is the high. So um before we have more highs, the market will trace into this zone that the market break past. That's the last zone that the market break past. So the market will test there. Then this retest will push this particular zone, will push this market up to break this high. That's uptrend kind of thing. So this is it, to break this high, more highs. So the last zone that the market breaks is where the market is likely to retest to create more highs. You understand? So this is for the trend. So for the downtrend, let me say that we're in a downtrend now. So this is lower highs and lower low. Sorry, um, lower low. Then this particular low that the market break past in the last time, then the market will retest into that zone for more lows to be created. So basically, it's actually the last zone that the market broke past. The market will retest into that zone for more lows to come. So this is particular, like this is what uptrend and downtrend is all about for the market structure. For the consolidating, just all about the market going from support, resistance, then support, resistance, resistance to the support. So you can't basically trade this market because this market is kind of going nowhere. It's just in a ranging form. So before you can be able to trade this market, the market needs to like break out from a zone. So let me just say that this market is doing this. So before you trade this market needs to break out from this place. Then after the breakout, a retest, a retest to the place that it broke out from, then it can allow the market to continue pushing down. So basically on this particular level, this market should be able to break out from this zone, then a retest to the breakout zone, then complete the market up. So this is basically what market structure is all about. So on this chart here, we can see that the market is an uptrend on this BTC chart. So what is the uptrend made of? The uptrend is basically made of higher highs and higher lows. Please don't mind my background, please. So the uptrend is basically made of higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So the last higher high that the market break past, the market is to retest to that particular higher high, yes, for more buys to come. So when the market broke this high, the market will retest into this high, more buys to come. You understand? This is the last high that the market made. As the market break this high, a retest to this high will push the market further. Then coming to this place, then we can see that the market break this high, break another high here. So after this high, how many people dey make all this kind noise? So it takes to this break or moment person, so it takes to this particular place can actually continue to do this market. Oh, please don't mind my background. Come on, I always sit out. So can actually pull this market off. So basically the last high is that the market broke past. As the market broke past this high, the market will test into this last high here. Sorry, into this high for more buys to occur. So this is basically what the uptrend is all about. And the uptrend is all about, yes. So if I've gotten such a thing here, then that means we have to go down to our normal entry time frame. That's the time frame that we are using for entries. You understand? So let's go back there. So um okay, so we are going to go back to the 1 hour. That's our entering time frame. So we're in the 1 hour right now. So let's go. Let's go and look for that particular zone. Let me look for the zone that I marked out. So I'm looking for it. So let's get to the zone and continue our video. First, I never passed the zone. I'm not sure. Let's go more further. Then I'll check if I've passed the zone or not. Maybe I don't pass the zone. Okay. Oh my god. I'm not seeing the zone anymore. What happened? Sorry guys, let's start from the beginning to look for the zone, please. So this is the current buy that is happening now. So let's go and look for the zone. Why the zone can't differ like that? Things are both far. This one too far. Cool, cool. So let's look for the zone. I'm sorry for wasting you guys' time. I'm actually looking for the zone that I marked out on the daily time frame so that I can be able to round up the video. The video is getting too long and I don't want it to be so long. Mm, why can't I find the zone? Or did I delete it? Did I delete the zone? Time I was deleting those drawings. Are you sure I didn't delete this? All right, yeah. So here we are. We are in the zone right now. So let me complete the video quickly. So this is it here. This is the first zone. This is the second zone, sorry. So let's look for the first zone that we marked out. This was the first zone up. I don't know if you guys understand. So so this is the second zone here. All right. So let's start from this place. So this is it here. This is that zone that I marked out on the daily time frame, that breakup block zone. So you guys can see that before the market came to that zone, it was on a downtrend kind of like it was on a downtrend. The daily time frame cannot be in an uptrend, then the lower time frame will also be in an uptrend when approaching that zone. No, if the market is approaching that zone that you marked out on the daily time frame, then it's going to be on a downtrend form on the lower time frame. That's your entry level. So as you can see, the market is creating highs and lows, making lower highs, higher low, higher low, lower high, sorry, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, then lower low here, then lower highs, then lower low, then lower. Let me, oh my God, sorry, this video safe. So that's how the market was making it. Then it tapped to that entry, that level. So when the market came to this thing, to this zone, so the last low that the market made was this low. That was this low. So the market tap to that zone and close above this zone with a body candle. That's giving us an MSS. So after this MSS was created, so you guys already know what is an inducement. I think I did an inducement video on my last video of how I got my GU. So this was the inducement. So after our inducement, after the inducement, then this other block here, because of the wick of the other block is smaller than the body, so you're picking the entry from the wick. So this is how we got the syrup from this particular zone here. So my god, we buy zone. You just keep your stop loss below this other block, just below it a bit, then target the high. So this is basically the first zone. So let's go over to the other zone. So when the market was actually coming to this zone here, so when the market tapped to this zone, then so the market, this was the last move that the market created here. So when it tapped to that zone, the market closed below above this zone with the body candle. So we got the MSS. That's maybe you can some call their own change of character depending on what you call your own. It's still the same. Then here is the inducement or inducement that was protecting the level. The inducement. So after this inducement here, then this breaker block and this other block, they are the zone closest to the inducement. So entry will come from this zone. So, entry will come from that zone. So we buy, keeping our SL right below here. So target the next high. So in case you're looking for continuation, maybe if you didn't, let me assume that you didn't catch this particular trade, then looking for continuations, be looking for that's double break of structure, then the inducement and the point of interest. So coming to this level here, we see this internal break here. This was an internal break. So after this internal break, we saw another break here. That's the external break, because this was the break on the previous trend pattern, like the break, sorry, this break here was from the previous trend, you understand? Then here also is also another break. What is what itself? So making us have a multiple BOS. So after the multiple BOS, so we have to look for inducement. I already thought about the inducement, but in case you didn't watch the recording of the last video, then you can identify. Then I might do a separate video for inducements. Then inducement. So after this inducement now, so the closest point of interest, this inducement actually mitigated this breaker block, so we can't use it. Then this is the next point of interest that is closest to the inducement. So this is where our interest is going to come from. So you're going to buy from this place, then target the next high. You understand? Sorry, target the next high. So it's okay. Blood of Jesus. I know this noise. So guys, I'm going to close for now because of the noise. So thank you, and identify in any other video that you want me to do.